Of People versus Lowell Frisbee, 2123060 and 2123061. Counsel, state your appearances for the record, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Rachel Keeley on behalf of the people.
Gary Stewart here for Mr. Frisbee. You're in.
And sir, you are Lowell Frisbee?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. And Mr. Frisbee, you're here today by video with your attorney. Is it your intention to plead guilty today?
Yes, ma'am.
If you raise your right hand, I'll swear you in. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in this cause will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. And have you had a full and complete opportunity to consult with your lawyer?
Yes.
Thank you. Counsel, is there an agreement?
There is, Your Honor. In file 2123061FH, the defendant will be pleading guilty to an added count 2 attempted UDAA. He further agrees that to pay restitution, that amount would be determined by the court. In exchange, people would dismiss count 1 and the habitual offender notice at sentencing. And there is an estimated guideline range of 0 to 11 months. In file 2123060FH, the defendant would be pleading guilty to count 2 domestic violence. Again, restitution is required and that amount would be determined by the court. In exchange, people would dismiss count 1 and the habitual fourth offense notice.
Oh, that what you just mentioned was relating to the 6-0 file or the 6-1 file?
6-0.
Okay. I think the 6-1 is the one with the amended. I think she's right.
Well, both of them are, but she stated domestic violence.
We're just sorting through. We've got the domestic violence is the 6-0 file, and there's no amendment to the information in that file, correct?
I have that the domestic violence is on the 061 file. It's a count 2.
Okay. Okay, so the plea agreement forms then,
That's incorrect.
yeah, wait a minute. I think that's what I think we just have to switch that and we're good. Give me a minute here.
I apologize.
That's okay. Okay, is that, I think that fixes it then. Yeah, so the 6-1 file, pleading at count 2 domestic violence, dismiss some other things. And then in the 6-0 file, we have the amended information pleading to the attempted UDAA. Is that?
Yes, Your Honor, I
Okay.
apologize.
Okay, thank you. And is this your understanding of the agreement, Mr. Stewart? Can you hear me, Mr. Stewart?
Yes.
Oh, did you hear the agreement placed on the record, and is this your understanding of it as well?
Yes, I did hear the agreement, and that is my understanding. Yes, Your Honor, the internet.
Okay, and Mr. Frisbee, did you hear the agreement placed on the record?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, can you get a little closer, sir, to your microphone?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And do you understand the agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Is this what you've agreed to do, and do you ask that I accept this agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
If you are not a United States citizen and these convictions enter on your record, the federal government could take steps to deport you and not allow you re-entry. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you on anyone's probation or parole?
No, ma'am.
By pleading guilty today, you do give up forever all of the rights associated with the trial. You may be giving up the right to appeal issues that would otherwise be appealable were you convicted at trial. And you give up the automatic right to take the case to the Court of Appeals in the first place. Instead, any appeal to that court would be by leave of the court. And these rights are as indicated in this form called Advice of Rights, which has got both file numbers on it. And it looks like you've signed this document, sir. Did you have the opportunity to review and sign this document?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you understand that by pleading guilty today, you do give up forever all of those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
You also give up any claim that your plea today is the result of some promise or threat or inducement that's not placed on the record, or that it wasn't your own free choice to plead guilty today. Has anyone promised you anything other than what you've heard us say in court today to get you to plead guilty?
No, ma'am.
Has anyone threatened you in any way?
No, ma'am.
Whose choice is it that you're pleading guilty?
Mine, ma'am.
And are you pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
The charge, and Mr. Stewart, you acknowledge receipt of the amended information filed in the 6-0 file and waive its formal reading?
Yes, please, Your Honor.
The charge you're pleading guilty to there, sir, in the amended count is attempted unlawfully driving away a motor vehicle. That's a felony punishable by up to 2.5 years in prison. Do you understand that charge and its possible consequences?
Yes, ma'am.
Did that event occur on or about March 13, 2021 in the city of Gobles, Van Buren County?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you at least attempt to take a car belonging to another person, Jennifer Berland, without her permission?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you drive it away or attempt to drive it away?
Yes, ma'am.
And again, you did this without permission from the owner?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel feel the elements of that charged offense are fully covered by his statements of fact?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. And then, sir, in the other file, you're pleading guilty to domestic violence, and this is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 93 days in jail. Do you understand that charge and its possible consequences?
Yes, ma'am.
Did this happen on or about March 11, 2021 in the city of Gobles, Van Buren County?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you assault Jennifer Berland in some way or batter her?
Yes, ma'am.
What'd you do to her?
I walked in and grabbed her phone from her and argued with her.
Okay. Did you push her in the process, or?
Yeah, I made body contact. She fell over.
Okay. So that body contact, did you push her?
No, she was sitting in a chair, and when I came up, my body was hers and went sideways
Okay.
in the chair.
But you grabbed her phone out of her hand without her giving you permission to do so?
Yes, ma'am.
Were you in a dating relationship with her?
Yes, I've been in a 10-year relationship. We have kids together also.
Okay. Counsel feel the elements of that charged offense are fully covered by his statements of fact?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
As it relates to each, counsel aware of any promises, threats, or inducements other than those disclosed?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
Counsel believe the court's complied with MCR 6.302?
It has.
Yes, Your Honor.
The court believes your pleas are voluntary, understanding, and accurate. I am satisfied that there are factual bases to support the findings of guilt, so I will therefore accept the pleas, and I'll do so without having considered a pre-sentence report. Sir, well, there are no sentence agreements here. Mr. Stewart, I have July 19th spots, mid-morning. I also have July 26th morning spots.
July 19th looks good, Your Honor.
Does 10 o'clock work?
Yes, it does.
Okay. So, sir, your sentencing is July 19th at 10 a.m. You have the absolute right to be here in person for that sentencing event, but if you prefer to waive the right and be sentenced by video, I'll allow you to do that, but you want to talk about that with your lawyer. Mr. Stewart, I'll give you the phone number he needs to call today by 5 to start the pre-sentence process. That's 269, do you have it?
I have it, and I'll give it to him, Your Honor.
Okay.
269-214, option 3.
Yeah, 269-657-8214, option 3, yep. And then, Mr. Stewart, do you want us to email you the paperwork or get it off of our website, or for the MDOC paperwork, or send it to him?
Yep, I can handle that, Your Honor.
Okay, you don't need us to send it to you?
Nope.
Okay. Okay, so, Mr. Frisbee, I've got a bond situation here we have to deal with. So have you made any contact to set up your drug testing?
I have been in Ann Arbor with my daughter for,
I can't hear you.
And-
Sir, I can't hear you.
I've been in Ann Arbor with my daughter for the last week, and I was just recently told about any drug screening. So today was the first day I've been back in Kalamazoo in last week.
Okay, one moment. Counsel, are you aware of any drug-related convictions on his record?
One moment.
I don't recall any, Your Honor.
I see a single possession of marijuana conviction in 2006.
Okay, thank you. I'll delete the drug testing conditions, counsel.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Just delete it. I'll let Courtney know before I forget. This is the show cause? Is this the initial show cause? Yes. The court calls the case of People versus Angela Morse, 2122944. Counsel and the agent, state your names for the record, please.
Would you like defense to go first, Your Honor?
Sure.
Sarah Stack for the Office of the Public Defender on behalf of the defendant, Ms. Morris.
Thank you.
Paul Boughton from the Michigan Department of Corrections.
Thank you. And ma'am, you are Angela Morris?
Sorry, yes, I'm
Okay, good morning, ma'am. Are you Angela Morris?
I am.
Okay, and Ms. Morris, you're here today because the agents filed a document with the court alleging that you violated the terms of your probation. Did you receive a copy of that document?
I did.
Have you had a sufficient chance to review it?
Have.
You do have a right to a contested probation revocation hearing on the charge in that document. You have a right to have your hearing held within 14 days of today's date if you were in custody or to be released from that custody. You do have a right to the assistance of an attorney at the hearing and at all subsequent proceedings. And if you can't afford your own attorney, we'd appoint one for you. You do have the Public Defender's Office representing you today. And if you need to talk privately with her, let us know and we'll make arrangements for that. Do you understand your rights, ma'am?
I do.
Thank you. And how does your client intend to proceed?
Your Honor, I was not able to talk to Ms. Morris yesterday. She did return my phone call. I did see a missed call and tried to excuse myself to call her back. I do think she's on the court line, however. So I have not had an opportunity to talk to her. I can do so, or we can enter a denial and send it out for status, as I understand that's how your court proceeds, but I will
Yeah, if you want to talk to her, that'd be great. Is that just something you want to call her, go step out and call her, or?
Yes,
Okay.
if she can, if you allow her to just get off the line, so she'll take my call,
Okay,
and I'll call her right now.
so your lawyer's going to call you, okay? And then, do you know what Mr. Boughton's recommending and all that?
I do.
As far as, okay,
Yep, so it'll just take about 2 minutes.
perfect, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, maybe excuse to don't go like that.
Pardon?
Your Honor,
Just go like that.
Yeah,
Thank
sure.
you.
Yeah, Mr. Boughton?
what's the name of the public defender attorney that's working with Ms. Morse?
What's your last name again? It's Schlack? Schlotz? Okay. Sarah Schlack.
SCH,
LACK?
Schlack, SCHLOCK, Schlack.
one more time.
Sarah Schlack, SCHLACK, right?
Sarah, S-A-R-A.
Yep.
Yep,
Favorite.
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Ms. Moore, so you can leave this meeting now, and then your lawyer's gonna call you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Anything